You can see the factory from Rubbertown residents' front lawns. They believe their health has never been a priority. All that we know at this moment is that an officer has been shot and was escorted to the hospital. You can see the crime scene tape going up behind me. The scene keeps expanding and expanding. We were just down at the end of the road about 30 seconds ago, and a police officer came up to us and said, "You all need to move immediately. The shooter is still out here." Because we're the home of the Kentucky Derby, one of the busiest travel days of the year is nothing to the Louisville airport. I brought back the lantern so we could get a closer look at some of the damage. Co-organizer here of Black Lives Matter in Louisville. Chanel, tell me, where are you all going right now?
Arrest.
No, I didn't.
You're under arrest.
I didn't do anything.
You're under arrest. You have a warrant for your arrest.
This was Patricia Karstner 19 months ago. Radcliffe police placing her under arrest.
I think it just broke her arm.
You broke it!
Just broke her arm.
This is Patricia Karstner now. An irreparable left arm broken in 3 places.
I tried to ask him why. You know, why was I under arrest? And it just took 19 seconds and it was broken.
Radcliffe police responded to Karstner's home with this custodial interference warrant. She didn't return her daughters to their father.
My youngest daughter blames herself for what happened. And she, you know, she struggles a lot because she was the one that watched it. It was right there.
Before the arrest, officers tried to enter Karstner's home. She told them no. According to her attorney, they never provided a warrant for that. He's calling this a classic violation of civil rights.
Did that really just happen? I had to watch it 2 or 3 times to grasp that what I saw was all there was.
Now the police department has this federal lawsuit on their hands. They're not commenting on the pending litigation.
It was clearly bad training on the part of the Radcliffe Police Department and those officers.
Karstner says the injury has put her out of work, causing her to lose just about everything.
They made a mistake, a very bad mistake, which has cost her the functionality of her left arm for the rest of her life. I'm not a piano player, but jazz icon Jamie Apersol says that's part of the point. Anyone can improvise. It's a method he's used to teach jazz for decades, but he may be getting ready to play his last note. Oh, don't stop. That was right. Jazz icon Jamie Apersol calls this improvising.
The freedom to play on your instrument, what you hear in your head, is what we're aiming for.
That's how this crazy cat teaches jazz.
You know, boom, choop, boom, 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 choop, boom, boom.
Particularly at his renowned summer workshops. How's that?
Ah, fair.
He combines the nation's leading jazz educators, drawing students from all over the world. New Zealand.
And now I come and hang with the cats, as they say.
Switzerland.
It's a way for me to go back to the root of jazz, because it's coming from your country.
Australia.
Oh, it's just been the best thing I've done in my life, I think. Sounds a bit over the top, doesn't it? But it's true.
They've all got the chops and jam in combos. You can hear a little scat and boys that can blow through the halls of U of L School of Music. With Apersol, everyone gets a solo. An unusual approach.
Jamie really studied what it was that the student needed.
It's what's made him famous, but after 52 years of success,
Vibrato.
this cool character may split.
Somebody told me I'm getting older.
I have heard the rumours. In fact, we all have heard the rumours. And it's part of the conversation over at mealtime. Do you think he'll go on? Please. And we're just hoping he will.
Apersol can only hold a note for so long, though it's possible he'll just decide to take 5. But before he goes, he's clearing up one thing. Jazz hands don't have a thing to do with jazz music.
Jazz hands?
Jazz hands.
Okay, so if you're going to play the clarinet, how could you play it without hands?
So there's no jazz hands. The sound of the creek and the sight of sadness.
To find a 2-year-old kid in the water, not knowing if he's going to make it or not, it's one of the worst feelings ever.
Caleb Nicholson still has a pit in his stomach after what he witnessed early Sunday morning.
It's one of the worst things that you could possibly imagine.
Police say the mother of 2-year-old William Roberts took her eyes off her son for a couple minutes Saturday afternoon, and the toddler disappeared in this creek. News spread quickly, calling on divers, canines, and strangers like Nicholson to look for him.
No matter where you turn, there was a light, a razor, a four-wheeler.
Police called off the search once the sun set, but Nicholson and more than 200 volunteers stayed, searching miles away from the property where Roberts went missing. But something told Nicholson to come back.
I had an unsettling feeling in my stomach that I was standing on top of it.
So using rope as a harness, Nicholson began to go through this debris and spotted Roberts' body under a tree.
And then I jumped in the water, grabbed him, they drug me back, and I handed the boy up.
There was no heartbeat. But the community is still calling Nicholson a hero.
I wouldn't be able to do it again. At all.